Africa is a unique people with their own way of life.
Welcome once again to another wonderful episode on Noble TV Live. And my name is Valentine Agogo, and live with me today is Dr. Chidi Peters. Always nice having you, Dr. Chidi. All right. But today, well, I'm not sure we're going to be smiling because, guys, I need you guys to really sit back and be the judge in this particular discussion we're going to be having, because I have a different opinion about the place of culture and the place of religion. The differences between culture and religion, with basic reference to traditional culture here, with all the norms that follows what we know as traditional culture, all right, and what we call religion, whether it's Islam, whether it's Christianity, but I'm from the point of Christianity. So, Mr. Dr. Chidi Peters, quickly, let's have your opinion on the position of culture and the position of religion in an African environment, especially let's use Nigeria as a case study.
A very wonderful one. Looking at the African religion, African culture, African tradition, Africa is a unique people with their own way of life.
True.
With their own traditional worship, with the rituals and the norms that follows it. While you have the way of life that have to do with the culture of the people, while you also have the tradition, that is the transmission of generational ideology or how things are done. So Africa is purely a unique creature by God. Just that as development or civilization begin to evolve, where the Western world begin to explore the world to find out the beginning and the end of the world, Africa from Ethiopia were discovered. Then they continued to move by way of what's going on. And from there, Nigeria was discovered. And when they are coming to Nigeria, they saw people existing in their own unique way of life. Before Christianity
came in,
begin to permeate, or before Western culture and tradition and way of worship, Western way of worship begin to come in. That's where you begin to have the Christianity and the Muslim begin to come in to subdue the people. And the people, because they want to subdue them, have to revolt. That's why we use the issue of Tanzania, Ethiopia, so on and so forth. You found several wars. The wars are not because the white man came to Africa to liberate Africa from its way of life, but they want to change Africa to their own way of traditional religion. That is what brought about crisis, about revolution, about the Islamic crisis, and even Christianity crisis in Africa. Also to Nigeria was part and parcel of such incidents, such horrible incidents.
You're the point of view that the introduction of Christianity, Islam, or the Western civilization was basically to, I'm not quoting you now, but from your context, to primarily to exploit Africa, as well as change our mindset to be like them.
Yes.
So it could be, was that not supposed to be
because
when easy communication?
On arrival, not easy communication, on arrival, they found out some way of life that were barbaric.
Yeah, just like Edo State from Benin, for instance.
The way of life that were barbaric. Like killing of twins, killing of people.
Okay,
things. So they find a way of life that was barbaric. And they try to tell them, this is not the way things are done. They are the same human being. But that's the justice of globalization. I'm trying to ensure that we live as normal human beings.
Dr. Peters,
but at the same time, they themselves that were bringing the religion to us, to accept us as one, to live by the way they are, also subjected us to racism.
Yeah, they did that without, we sold ourselves out. They were able to offer our leaders some things, some peanuts to after all, they were not going after the slaves by themselves.
They were using
Bible. Yes, they were using our own leaders to subdue us, So it's not 100%
and our leaders,
their responsibility.
And if our leaders sold us to them, they should have taken it as a rescue, not subjecting Africans.
They were businessmen, for crying out loud.
No,
I'm not supporting slave trade, but let's be factual here. They were businessmen. They had plantations that needed workers, and they didn't have enough workers, and they came to this crude environment. Now, I like what happened in Benin. The Benin resisted, right? Because they had their own civilization working for them, and that's why we had cases like Bavara maybe sent on exile, even the other Obas before him. You know, they resisted because they saw that this system was not really in their best favor. Okay, but other parts of Africa yielded. So I wouldn't say completely it's absolutely the white man's fault. But aside that, let's come to what you said. You said it now, some moments ago, that when they came, they met barbaric cultures.
Yes.
Like killing of twins.
Yes, we don't
like
change.
burying of servants with their masters.
Yes.
Servants who are alive, the master is dead. They would bury the live servant with their masters or with the kings and all other barbaric cultures. And they come in with the Bible and told us that there's someone who died 2,000 years ago who brought the gospel, who did this, who did that, shared testimonies. And as a matter of fact, during those periods, the Africans actually experienced for themselves. There was no gun put on their head that they must give their lives to Christ. It was the earlier time they insisted that you must be baptized. But over time, they were persuaded, fully persuaded to follow that religion. Now, having seen how much that liberation has liberated Africans, let's use Nigeria for example, like Calabar where they were killing twins. Leso came and ended all that.
Not Calabar.
Other parts, but though she came and she ended all that. And others, you have the Landa brothers, you have Mongo Park and the rest of them. Now, if they had not come with these things just imagine what would have become of you and I and our families today. Would have been experiencing some kind of culture that we wouldn't have been able to fathom. All right. So I think that was a step of liberation.
Now, Valentine,
I'm not saying it's absolutely, but it was a step of liberation.
Let me quickly come. When you talk about the missionaries coming to Africa, coming to Nigeria, to begin to end some traditional belief, traditional way of worship, like cleaning up the things, burying slave with the master, all sorts of things being done in that time. Of course, the African embracing their religion because they found peace based on what they begin to see consciousness. It's all about awakening the consciousness because they inherited a way of life which they see as normal. But you see someone who telling you, why don't you try this? Assuming you are this shoe, how will you feel? And things like that. So they use them to be able to achieve something. Now, that does not mean that the entire African culture or the entire culture of Nigerians are bad.
No, but I'm not saying the entirety of our culture is bad.
Yes, I want to tell you.
But a large part of them.
The issue that what brought our discussion is about masquerade.
Yes,
I'm coming.
Please, guys.
Hold on.
A masquerade.
Hold on.
In the church to a church.
Yes, hold on.
In the name of the church is celebrating the particular cultural day. So that culture is allowed to bring a masquerade, gigantic masquerade, to come and display in the church. That is absurd.
Okay, now let me tell you something. What you talk about masquerade?
Yes,
that's where you're getting it wrong again.
So what does it symbolize?
Hold on. In China, they still have masquerade. They celebrate masquerade.
China is a different kind of
civilization. Hold on. They are not. Hold on now. Hold on. What you are talking because you are born in Nigeria and you are born a Christian. China man is also born
a Buddhist
to believe in a particular way of life.
Yes.
Who they have insisted and presently continue to do that. And of course, those parts of life that have to do with killing of people, I don't think it exists in China. The same thing to India. That's today, they still cremate people. That's their own way of life. Christianity is not there. The same thing to other parts of the world. Now, in Nigeria, particularly in this part, masquerade have been transformed. Eras are gone when masquerades have been seen as being deadly. If there are only few that exist in rural villages. Masquerade is a way of displaying Somebody is that masquerade.
I know.
You wear it, you entertain people. It's all
what
entertainment.
Does it symbolize?
Now let me
What's the symbolize? Because they represent something.
They don't.
They do.
They don't. No, they don't. Hold on.
They represent something.
Hold on. In your village,
there is symbol.
In your village, these people see traditional dances.
That is a village, of course.
You see that traditional dances.
Sure.
That traditional dance represents something. Are you aware of it?
Of course.
Dancing steps represent something. Are you aware of it?
Very true.
But now it is danced anyhow because it's normal. We see that as a norm. Am I correct?
Very true.
That's the truth. So there is something to masquerade. Masquerade have been transformed.
So you are saying
so the masquerade. I'm not saying that
idea of masquerade has migrated to being into.
Of course, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that are not deadly masquerades. Those ones you can find them in rural areas where they used to do jazz among themselves. But the masquerade that come out to come and dance. It's all about
I think we are on different perspectives here, because you are referring to whether it is safe to have a masquerade around. But I'm referring to the fact that you might be sounding like give unto God what's God, give unto Caesar what's Caesar's. I'm saying that be not equally yoked in this case. So you don't have any reason why a Christian religion should be tolerating a pagan masquerade inside its auditorium, and everyone is celebrating. Including the priest or the pastor, and becomes a norm.
Hold on.
And you are proving it.
Hold on.
Brother Peter, what church you attend, please?
Hold on.
I'm very ready. I need to know the church you attend.
Let me come, Valentine. In your marriage, you do traditional marriage.
Okay.
Did you do traditional marriage at all?
I did.
Traditional marriage.
Yes.
In the past, you know what it symbolizes? You know what is used for traditional marriages? You know that?
I understand clearly.
Maybe your father is alive or late?
He's very much alive.
Okay, your grandfather is late.
Yes.
And he was buried. Maybe during the burial they kill cow.
Of course.
You know what that cow represents in the past?
Okay, now the thing is this. We all know that traditional marriage symbolize something with our different cultures.
If you know what they symbolize in the past, you'll not be talking. They symbolize a lot of things.
It's
particularly when it's coming to reality in the real homes. A lot of things are involved. But now we see it as carry drink, we dance, you dance. There are sounds, there are rhythms that have to do with more than what you think in the past that it is now. So masquerade coming to church and they dance for people to spend money, as far as I'm concerned, is entertainment.
No, I refuse to accept that. I refuse, and as a matter of fact, those churches who indulge in that, they should be sanctioned by the Christian Association or the PSA.
No, to me,
they should be sanctioned.
They should not.
You can't have, because that's like serving God and mammon. Because
did you see? In that masquerade, did you see people giving him kola nut or throwing kola nut?
Please, we know, but Dr. Peters, you're actually trying to just beat around.
I'm not beating around. I'll give you an instance.
You know what these masquerades symbolize. So it's not. I don't think it's actually wise for you to mislead someone out there by saying it is okay. But if that's your point of view, then it's fine. But I refuse to accept it.
To me, like I've been instances.
I refuse to accept it.
If your grandfather have died, ask your father, did he bury your grandfather? If he says yes, what ways? Did he use cow? But if he hadn't used that cow to bury your grandfather, why must he use cow? Why must he kill cow? It symbolizes something. In the past, that cow represents human being. Whereby if you don't do it for a father, the day we are going to die, they're going to do it for you. But now it's normal fowl, they kill the fowl, people eat fowl, they dance different musics that you don't even know about. You see that normal music, traditional music, but it means a lot of things. So at first there is transformation, there's evolution that has come to our culture, where the barbaric part of it have been reduced to 99%. 1% is still existing, no doubt. There are dangerous masquerade that are still existing, no doubt. But any masquerade that just come in the group of people and begin to dance, it's an entertainment, it's cloth.
Okay.
But the original masquerade that you will fear does not come to that church. It goes to the burial of chiefs. Are you aware of that? Or they come out at night.
These ones who are allowed to visit churches,
they are just
for entertainment.
It's just like if you're beating drum, Yoruba drum, that's Yoruba drum. You know what it means in the past? That's Ogene. You know what it means in the past?
So you don't have any spiritual or sentimental
attachment
when
to it. Entertainment displaying the culture the movement of the masquerade, the culture. Yeah, if we have that masquerade money, is wedding clothes.
Okay, I think at this point we have to agree to disagree. You will be the judge, guys. You will be the judge. So let's have your comments and let's see if maybe I'm wrong. You might correct me in your point of view. Maybe Dr. Peters is wrong, which I believe most people would say he's wrong because I'm actually very right. So I refuse to accept his own point of view. All right, if he's right, please drop your comments, like, share, and most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.